Okay, so another question from the tricky 2023 paper 2. It says an alarm has an algorithm that decides whether to sound the alarm by checking the data that is stored in the following 3 variables: system armed, door sensor active, window sensor active. The alarm will only sound when the alarm has been activated, so when the system is armed, and one or both of the door and window sensors are activated, so if one of these is triggered. So if the system's armed and one of these is triggered, the alarm should go off. When the system needs to sound the alarm, it calls the pre-written procedure sound alarm. Procedure means it does something for us. It doesn't return a value. Write a program that checks the data in the variables and calls, that means basically plays, sound alarm when appropriate. Alright, let's give it a go. So I'm going to add in my text box. 4 marks on this one. It's going to make it stand up. Right, so we need to basically check whether or not things are true or false and things like that. So if we do an if, that's what I'm thinking, to check something. So if system armed, you can just leave it like that. That'll check to see if that's true. So if that's a Boolean variable, true or false, that will check that it's true. So that's basically saying if the system is on. If system is armed, and now this bit we need the door sensor. So door sensor or window sensor active. Oh, I needed to put active there. Don't want to give them any reason not to give you the mark. You need to attention to detail with variable names. Right, so that's basically saying if either of these is true and the system is armed, we want to sound the alarm. So this is where we call that sound alarm procedure. There. And I think that's it for 4 marks. Let's check the mark scheme though. Attempt at using selection. If you just tried to do an if statement, you've got yourself a mark. You can also do this with a while loop. And there's an example there. So while the system is armed, if the door sensor is active, sound the alarm. If the window sensor is active, sound the alarm. Checking if the system is armed. Yep. If the door sensor is active or window sensor is active, calling the sound alarm correctly. So I think we've got 4 out of 4 for that.